Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans with my husband and my podcast partner, my, not my baby daddy, my step baby daddy, Alan Evans.
Hey, train! Back in the house.
You know, we neglected to say Happy Father's Day really before the last podcast, which aired pre-Father's Day. But I hope you did have a Happy Father's Day, all the dads who are listening, and Alan, I hope you did as well.
I had a wonderful Father's Day.
So glad.
It was awesome.
I'm so glad.
No kidding. It was great. We had a great time. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did and got to spend time with the children.
What you got?
Yeah, I got two really nice gifts. One I knew, but one was a surprise, and it was great. So, yeah, we'll talk about Father's Day. Maybe wrap up the Florida trip. You know, I talked to you when I was in Florida, kind of halfway through the week.
Yeah, from the World Series, Cole's World Series tournament, yeah.
So maybe for some of the listeners that don't follow me on the social media, I can give you a recap on the trip back. Total ass whip, total whooping.
Well, road trips can be that way.
Oh, my goodness.
They can be that way.
Guys, what are you doing around Pensacola in Mobile?
Why? What do you mean?
With I-10. What's the story?
Well, here's the thing. If you're just traveling on the interstate, you're not going into the city itself. The city itself could be beautiful if you just kind of veer off and decide to go look at some beautiful neighborhoods, Main Street and things like that. If you're just seeing a city and basing the entire place on its interstate, that's not fair. That's not fair.
No. I'm not commenting on the aesthetics of I-10 around Mobile.
What are you complaining about?
I told Cole in the hours that it took us to go from Pensacola to Mobile, which is not very far. I was like, there is more traffic here than there is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Well, do they have as many lanes? Is everybody trying to get to the same place on fewer lanes?
I don't know, but I tried to use Kelly's favorite navigation app, Waze, instead of using Apple Maps. Well, both of them are kind of a beatdown,
But with Waze, I tell Alan, you just got to trust it because sometimes you don't even know what you may have avoided. It could take you around your elbow to get to your thumb.
Yeah.
But what did you miss? Did you miss being in a huge backup? You'll never know unless you look it up on the news or something. But the couple of times when you've not trusted Waze, what happened? You wish you had. So.
Yeah, Waze took us off of the interstate. And I was like, okay, it's taking us off the interstate because it's going to save us time, because that's what it's supposed to do, is go through all the
that's what it's supposed to do.
Algorithms or whatever.
Yeah,
but
traffic patterns.
Yeah.
People that add, there's a wreck here, there's road debris there's all this stuff. So it's supposed to help you avoid those things. It's the user. You got to participate.
But we were out in the pucker brush. So it's taken me out, and I can't even remember the little towns we were going through in Alabama. I mean, it was fine, but we're going, on these country roads, and a lot of other people were diverted as well.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know what was going on. Well, actually, I do know what was going on. There was a huge storm that moved through the piney woods of East Texas.
There could have been debris in roads you couldn't get through.
Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and even into the panhandle of Florida, and it screwed everything up.
Yeah, you couldn't, because Alan, with, being with Cole, who doesn't drive yet, if it was you and me, I would be like, let's just plow through. We'll trade off driving every 3 or 4 hours, stop to get gas, fast food, bathroom, go. But with a 15-year-old, you need to stop, spend the night on the road because you're the only one driving. But there was a real dilemma trying to get a hotel room on the way back after those storms because people who lived in the affected areas, their power was out. They were taking these hotel rooms, and you were almost forced to sleep in your car at one point.
Well, I told Cole, I think he was getting a little nervous. I'm like, dude, you have a place to sleep tonight. It may be the car, but if we can't find a hotel, I'm just going to keep driving. And we're going to get home, and you can sleep while I'm driving. But he would have been fine. Yeah, we got, after the whooping of getting out of Florida. See, okay, let's back up. The last day of the baseball tournament was canceled because of this really bad storm that we moved in. So we didn't get to play one game.
Yeah, so it's just whoever went into the standings going in, that's how they determine the winner.
And I believe what happened was we lost to the number one team
yeah.
in the best bracket. So we were actually, I think we might have been runner-ups, but that was the champion.
Yeah.
And check this out. We lost by 1 run, and we walked in 3 runs.
Yeah.
So the boys were just really defeated.
Defeated.
Yeah, it was like, oh my goodness, what a way
Coulda
to lose.
had it,
but anyway, it was a lot of fun. Great tournament. Last day got canceled. Big weather delays coming back. And I told Kelly, I'm just going to drive to Jackson, Mississippi, find a hotel.
Yeah, easy breezy.
Easy breezy. Cover girl. No, not so much. Not so much. No hotels. Not only no hotels, the kid had to pull over and find some Wi-Fi because I'm like, okay, I can't just run into a hotel. I'm going to have to book something. There was nothing, and there was no Wi-Fi either.
Yeah.
So it was
we
like
take a lot for granted living in a big city.
Yeah, well,
we do.
Well, Jackson's a big town.
I know, but you're also off the beaten path, and stuff was down.
So I called Kelly Raspberry Evans to start looking for a hotel for us in Monroe.
I don't even remember.
And in Vicksburg.
Vicksburg, yeah.
Couldn't find nothing.
Well, I was starting to go through, and I was calling numbers and not getting answers
Yeah.
and stuff, but you ended up finding something, so it worked out. It wasn't a luxury spot.
Well, how about Tallulah, Louisiana?
Well, that's all right.
And the people from Louisiana are telling me, because they see it on the social media, they're like, what the hell are you doing in Tallulah, Louisiana?
Would have been just passing through if it hadn't have been for your need of sleep.
Well, like Cole and I were telling each other, we're like, you know what? We're looking around this Super 8 in Tallulah, Louisiana, and we're looking at the the shag carpet and the mustard and chocolate brown drapes and the dead beetle over on the floor and the iron burn mark on the carpet in front of the bathroom and the kind of the brown water in the toilet. And we're thinking, you know what? Got a roof over our heads, got air conditioning.
Do you have clean sheets?
I don't know.
Sometimes you just got to block it out of your mind.
I didn't want to turn the lights on too much because I didn't want to see.
But it was sad because as you were checking in, this man came in behind you.
Sorry for this guy.
Right?
So sorry for this guy.
He was without power, looking for a place to stay, and you
Yeah.
got the last room they had.
I know.
It's like, what do you do? It's like you feel bad for them, but hey, dude, you want to bunk with me? You can't do that.
You know, I'm a nice guy, but
Not that nice.
I don't know if I'm that nice with my son with me, but. I was like, where are you headed to? And he goes, I live here. And I was like, really? What's going on? He goes, I don't have any power. I said, I don't have any air conditioning. I have nothing. And I live out in the country. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm trying to find a hotel. He said, are there any rooms here? And I said, dude, I was calling around. I think I got the last one. And I said, you tried across the street? I think there was a Best Western. He goes, yeah, I just tried. There was nothing there. I was like, sorry, man.
What a shame.
So I don't know what ended up happening to him, but
hopefully everybody's back up and running now. But anyway, you had a good trip. I know you had some bumps and fun stories to share and memories that were made with Cole. I was asking Alan, I was like, you've got so many hours with your kid, a 15-year-old. I'm like, did you have any meaningful conversations? Did you go, deep? You want to connect with your kid? No.
We talked a lot.
You talk, but it's never about those deep.
No.
As a parent, like even with Emma Kelly, when we were in the car for more than 20 minutes, I want to have a deep conversation. Oh. And it's just, I don't know.
We had a lot of conversation.
Just nothing too deep.
No. Are you kidding me? Cole and me? You think we're getting into deep talk? No. A lot of potty humor, a lot of dad jokes, a lot of baseball talk, a lot of ranking fast food restaurants. That kind of stuff. And I think before you do this, actually, you do this, and I'm going to tell you how I have created a monster.
Oh my!
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will do this, and then
yes,
you'll
you do
that.
You do this.
All right. So many years ago, I went to Hawaii for the first time. Okay, and I was coming out of a relationship it was my marriage. I was supposed to be going with my husband at the time. It was for my 40th birthday, and we ended up breaking up. And so my friend went with me, and we planned all these fun excursions. And one of them in Hawaii, one of the things you can do is you take like this bus or a van up to the top of a mountain, and then you scale down. And we were scaling down, hanging onto vines. and we would get down to like this little landing, like an overhang, and you jump into the water, swim over, and stand underneath the waterfalls. I know it's hard to believe I did this.
I
right?
can't believe you did that.
I had a little bit of adventure in my body, but my friend told me, Kelly, it'd be really smart to get water shoes.
Yes.
Okay, you need water shoes to do this stuff to protect your feet. You're going to be in and out in the water. You don't want to be taking off tennis shoes and socks and jumping in and then having to put them back on. And let me tell you, 15 years ago, I got the only water shoes I can find. They were so ugly. They were not comfortable. You look so dumpy in them. Alan, there's no way to look cute and stylish.
They look kind of small, but then you got really big legs and ankles.
Awful.
Yeah.
But had to have them. There were no Vessi shoes back
No.
then. There were no Vessi then, but there are now. And I'm going to be packing my Vessis for when we go to Cancun next week. These are so cute. If you have not heard of Vessi yet, I'm excited that I get to be the first one to tell you about these. They're 100% waterproof shoes that look and feel like anything but those dumpy, frumpy, waterproof shoes you've been wearing around. So just imagine your favorite sneaker styles. These are supercharged with waterproof technology, unmatched comfort. I got the Boardwalk slip-on sneaker. It's like a classic, kind of like a boat shoe looking thing. It's in coastal blue. It's got a grippy, non-marking outsole, perfect for if you're going to be on a boat. You don't want to mark up the boat. Super lightweight. And I loved them so much. I got Vessi's Everyday Classic sneaker in Oasis. It has, the lace that you tie up. It's a really crisp white with this mango orange lace. I guess you'd say kind of like mango orange lace with accents.
Crisp.
So cute. Hugs my foot. So comfortable. And no matter how you stay active, Vessi has the shoes for you. If you want to hike the trail, they've got some really cool high tops, effortless slip-ons, these classic court shoes that you lace up, all with a waterproof twist, and they're just as comfortable as they are stylish, and they're more versatile than your basic sneaker. Like I said, super lightweight, breathable, vegan too. So if you have a trip coming up and you need the perfect travel shoe, if you're heading to the beach and you're going to be on the water this summer, head to our new podcast sponsor right now.
New podcast sponsor. Go to Vessi.com/sandwich and get yourself a pair today. That's Vessi.com/sandwich and get shoes for your best summer yet. That's Vessi, VESSI.com/sandwich.
You got Vessis too.
Love my Vessis.
You got the lace up and the slips on. It's just so versatile. You don't even have to be
Very
going
versatile.
in the water or anything. You can just wear them like regular shoes.
Very, very versatile.
But just in case there's a puddle, I'm going to go jump in it. I
can
can because my shoes are waterproof.
You go jump in that puddle, babe. You go jump in that puddle. So, I've created a monster. I believe I might have mentioned this when we were talking when I was in Florida. One of the parks was on this road, and this is not a bit. This is the name of the road the park was on. It was called McCracken Way.
Mm-hmm.
So I told Cole, I said, I wonder if the guy who that road is named after, his name was Phil. Phil McCracken.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it at first.
He didn't?
No, he didn't, because he's got a clean, unpolluted mind.
So you're here to pollute it?
Well, no, that's not my job.
To dirty it?
I'm here to help Cole find the humor in everyday things. So I said, yeah, Phil McCracken Way. And then he thought about it for a second. He's like, oh, Phil McCracken.
Yeah.
So then
Ding, light bulb moment.
for the next half of the trip, the next 3 or 4 days, he just won't stop saying it. Dad, Phil McCracken, get it? And then he'd start laughing. And I'm like, yeah, bud, I get it. I got it. I know. Phil McCracken. I'm like, you know what? I actually kind of do one of these bits, like on this podcast I do. I don't know, I'm glad you don't listen, but
Well, you don't do it on the podcast.
No, I
do
do
it before
it's
the
the sound check. Yeah. Phil McCracken.
You have to be
up
watching the YouTube channel to know about that bit.
Yes. So anyway, he was doing that bit, but I'm glad that he's kind of got a dad joke sense of humor. So one of the jokes he was like, what do you call a fish with no eyes?
That's a cute joke. See, that was the dilemma I had because I already heard that joke before, and I was like torn between.
No. Let him deliver the punchline.
I know, that's the thing. It's like I wanted to answer it because it is a cute punchline, but you have to let the kid tell it.
Right.
What is a fish with no eyes?
Yeah. But
that is a cute one.
Though we've talked a lot about the Florida trip. I guess I'll sum it up by saying it was a really great experience to go with your teenager son, in my case, and spend the entire week with him where you two are in a car together or doing things together or going to the beach together or going with his team and some of the other parents, getting to know them. It was just a really nice time. I felt like we got to bond some or not some, a lot.
A lot, yeah.
And talk about a lot of things and just be silly. And it was a lot of fun. I guess one of the highlights coming back was we stopped in Mississippi. Cole had never been to a Popeyes. Like, you've never been to a Popeyes? Come on, man. Let's go into come on. We're going into Popeyes. And he said, what do you get here? And I said, dude, they got the best chicken ever. And it's
a little spicy.
And it's better in the South. So I said, I don't know, get you some strips. He got strips. And now he is the biggest Popeyes fan. He wanted me to take him to Popeyes here in Plano just last night. So I took him and his buddy, one of his buddies, his friends, and Dill over to Popeyes Plano.
Yeah, I've been a couple times since you got back. But you did have a little BOTA moment on the way back.
What was my BOTA moment?
Stopping at wasn't it a Subway?
Oh, gosh. I forgot about that.
How could you forget that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a BOTA moment.
But you lost.
I lost.
You lost.
I lost.
That's the shocking part of this story.
I wasn't gonna bring out the heavy BOTA artillery with my son standing right next to me.
Right.
I didn't think that
you could have.
Oh, I didn't think that set a good example. All right. So we're in Mississippi. It's about, I forget what town we were in, but it's about, well, it was at 8:30 in the evening. Cole says, I'm hungry. Can we get Subway? We haven't had Subway on the trip. I'm like, yeah, bud, that sounds good. Let's find Subway. So I put Subway in the navigation. I'm like, oh, there's one 5 minutes away from where we were. We get off the interstate, pull into this Subway. Now, strike one, it's in a gas station.
Well, that's okay, because our Jack in the Box is in a gas station. We eat there all the time, and it's good.
And?
It's good.
Okay.
Sometimes the service is sketchy because, it's just lack of people wanting to work, and it's one person running the whole show. Don't blame her.
Okay. Well, we pull into Subway, and I look at the door, and it says operating hours 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Well, what time is it?
Look down at my trusty wristwatch, and it says 8:45 p.m.
Perfect. You made it.
I'm like, Kellie, we got 15 minutes to eat fresh. We're going to eat so fresh, and they're going to make us masterpiece sandwiches. So we go rolling in there.
Were you going to get a Footlong?
That was another joke.
I know.
Oh my God. Cole thought that was so funny.
I know.
When we finally did get Subway. Okay, we're jumping ahead. So we roll in there, and the lovely Subway associate behind the counter.
The sandwich what do they call themselves? Sandwich artists?
Sandwich artists.
Artists, yes.
There was no meat, no cheese, no veggies, nothing. And she was wiping off the little, the line back there. And I look at her. She looks up at me, and I say, are you closed? And she goes, yes. And I look down at my watch, and I look at the sign, and I said, well, the sign says you close at 9. It's 8:45. She looks at me. She says, we're closed. And I said, well, that's interesting because your sign says you're open.
Yeah.
And she looked at me.
Again,
and she says, no, sir, we're closed. And I just kind of look at her, and I said, all right, okay, all right. And I couldn't say anything because Cole's standing right there looking at me. Right. And he's looking at me like, what are you going to do? You going to be BOTA or are you going to be nice? What are you going to do? So I said, thank you. Just turn around, and we walked out. They closed at 8:45, but it said 9.
I know.
So I'm thinking, business owners. Hell?
This is the problem. This is what poor business owners have to deal with. They're trusting that somebody they hire is going to do what they're supposed to do, and no. So anyway, my husband didn't get his sub, but he did later. You got your Footlong later.
So we finally, it was the next day. Yeah, because we stayed in Louisiana that night, and then the next day we're driving to Texas, and we're in Texas. We tried to go to Kilgore. All of Kilgore had no power.
Really?
The gas stations were closed, the restaurant, everything. So we're like, well, crap, we're going to get freaking Subway on this trip. So we pulled into
It was a mission.
Oh
now.
my gosh. We pulled into a Subway and I can't remember where it was, but we go in there and I'm like, buddy, this is looking up. Look at this place. This place is nice. It's open. There's customers. There's people eating. We're getting Subway. He goes, yeah, we're getting Subway. So we run there. And the lady says, what will you have? And I said, I'm going to have a footlong. I'm going to have a footlong cheesesteak.
Right.
Cole starts laughing.
It's hilarious.
Yes. I'm like, what do you laugh? What's so funny about footlong? And he said something like, well, you're going to do a footlong later after eating like that.
That's
I'm
true.
like, wow.
Yeah.
My own son now.
Well, he knows.
Throwing me under the bus.
He knows. We all know.
I said, whatever, 6-inch. You have your little 6-inch over there. I'm going to have a footlong.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So we had that joke going on for a while.
Well, I'm glad y'all got to get your foot long and you had your fun father-son trip because you got back in time for Father's Day, which was great. And I just flat out asked Alan, I was like, what do you want? I try really hard to be creative. I try to be thoughtful. I try to pay attention. When somebody says something they like or want or need, or they're reminiscing about something they used to have, I make a little note. I even have notes in my computer so I can remember to look up, oh, they like this. But the thing with Alan is he buys everything. I was talking to somebody about this last night. Alan's not a collector. He likes to think he's a collector. He's just a gatherer. Does that make sense? Like at Christmas, he decided that he and Dylan were going to start collecting miniature motorcycles because Alan's involved in motorcycles. So he goes to Walmart or wherever, and they come home with 20 mini motorcycles.
It wasn't 20.
Well, how many was it?
I don't know. It wasn't 20.
Was it a dozen?
5.
No, it was more than that. And I can go, and it was, okay, somewhere in the middle lies the truth. It was between 5 and 20. But my point is, I was like, Alan, that's not collecting. That's just going out and mass buying, And so that's what he does. When there's anything he likes, he can't just buy one. He has to buy 20 of them. Or he doesn't, especially when it comes to around a holiday or something. So I just said, just tell me what you want. He said, I want a shop vac. I said, okay, send me the link for the exact one you want. Because that saves you the trouble.
What's this have to do with collecting?
I'm just saying you're hard to buy for. And I'm saying I like to surprise you, but I can't.
Oh.
If you would have said like months ago, man, I wish I had a shop vac, then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to make a shop. But he doesn't do that. So anyway, so he sent me the exact link to what he wanted. But then that takes the fun out of it for me. So then I was like, he's been saying when we go to all these baseball games and stuff, we've learned by watching other baseball families who've been doing this since their kids were 3. That's how I learned how to get the chair with the umbrella built in.
Yeah.
That's how we learned to get all these little tricks and things. But for the past few years, we've been watching everybody with their wagons come up with all their gear packed into wagons.
Gotta have a wagon.
And Alan keeps saying, man, we need to do that. We need to get a wagon, and never have.
Because you're schlepping your stuff out there. You're wagging your stuff out there if you don't have a wagon.
Right. So I surprised you and got you a wagon.
Got a wagon.
So see there, you got one thing that because I know it takes the fun out of it when you send the link for your present, but then I did get to surprise you.
I was surprised. It
Good.
was a very nice surprise. I can't wait to use it. Our seasons are kind of ending now, but that's fine because I will use that wagon. And there's fall baseball, so we'll use it in the fall.
And then the card from the boys, which they picked out, wink, wink. I thought you'd think it was really funny. It's
Shall I read the front of it?
You could read the front of it. Alan
I'm looking at
the
it.
front of it. It was blank on the inside, but I just knew Alan would get a kick out of his Donald Trump Father's Day card.
It says, you're a fantastic father. Great, really great, very special, really terrific. Other fathers, losers, total disasters. Believe me, ask anyone. I like it.
I know. I was like, I'm keeping this.
It's
one.
funny. It's
funny. And the boys, I was like, write a note to your dad inside. What they say? Happy Father's Day. Love Dylan. Happy Father's Day. Love Cole. Or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's boys. So anyway, you had a good Father's Day. And then, of course, we went to the Rangers game.
Boy, that was a great time. So we went with Dylan's baseball team. One of the moms got a group of tickets together in really not bad seats.
Well, we were up. It wasn't the very top level, but it was the next to the top level, which is fine.
It was fine.
It was fine. You can see everything. There's a big jumbotron at the Globe Life Park, which is where the Texas Rangers play now.
Great game, too.
Thank God, in air conditioning. There's no way you could go before.
No.
But yeah, it was a great game. I was actually literally falling asleep because we were down like 6-0 or something. 6-0. And then suddenly they started coming back, and we ended up winning the game. So that was fun.
It was a really fun game.
But they invited, there was Dylan's World Series. So there's like 50 million World Series across the United States. And Dylan's version was happening this week. Cole's was last week in Florida. Dylan's was this week in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So there were over 200 teams. I found.
Were there really?
Yeah, I didn't
know that.
Well, the lady next to me was asking about what's the deal with the baseball teams being here today. And our coach turned around and told her there was like 230 something teams, I think he said. And so all the teams that were in town for the World Series were invited to walk around the perimeter of the baseball field. And it was like a little parade before the game started. And so our team went out there, and surprisingly, we were able to pick them out, and they all stopped and got their picture taken. But Dylan was so excited. I said, what was your favorite part? And his favorite part was walking around the field, and he bent down and got some of the dirt off the field and put it in his hat to keep it.
Yeah, so
which is really sweet.
We're going to put some of that, or we have it. We're going to put that dirt in a little vial or something and put Rangers win, in the score.
Yeah, but it was a good time, and it was, it's just, it's not the cheapest experience. You got to pay for parking.
The parking was more than the tickets.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Well, that's another.
You got to pay for and the food ain't cheap, but it's it was it's nice every once in a while to do something.
I was telling Kelly,
it's so American,
Yeah. In baseball, it's like it's just chill. Like you're just sitting, and you can get up and go, screw around and go look around and get you something to drink or eat or, look at souvenirs and then come back, sit down, watch more of the game. It's such more of a laid back feeling than going to the Cowboys. The Cowboys whip me.
It's a lot. It's high energy.
Yeah.
And a lot of drunks, and they're hanging over you and spilling beer on you and stuff. And I know it sounds snobby, and it is. I want to be in a suite if I'm going to the Cowboys game because,
100%.
It's just a more pleasant experience.
Well, yeah. And for some reason, the people who designed Globe Life, they didn't face it. So all the windows face west.
Oh my gosh. That's the truth.
That's a hill I am going to die on. I'm going to never stop talking about that.
I know that was a big mistake. But anyway, that was our Father's Day.
Yeah,
hopefully you all,
a lot of fun.
I was looking just a little piece of Father's Day trivia. It said that Americans are spending more and more on fathers. Usually mothers get all the stuff. The dads are lucky if they get a card and a tie. But they said Father's Day this year was record high, $22.9 billion spent. On Father's Day this year. And the most popular Father's Day gift? A greeting card. Followed by clothing, a special dinner, or a brunch. That's usually for Mother's Day, though. I don't think of Father's Day brunch. Do you?
Yeah.
Gift cards, personal care items.
Okay.
That's the number one. So you got...
I got a shop
a
vac.
Card.
Oh, and a card, yeah.
You got a card out of those top things. But yeah.
It was great. Oh, and finally, the first 15,000 into the park got the Rangers bucket hat.
Oh, y'all. That was like... that people, all the kids in our group, they're like, we're getting these bucket hats.
Yes.
The gates opened, let's just say, I don't remember exactly, at 1. Let's just say the gates opened at 1. They were like, we're going to be there at 11. We are getting in line. We're going to be at the front because we are not walking away without a bucket hat. And
people like free stuff.
People love free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And these are the ugliest hats.
Why?
Bucket hats. I mean, come on.
They're light blue. They have a red, the red tee for the Rangers, red and white tee.
And then some sponsor logo on the back. I don't know.
Kelly looks really nice, and
I do look good.
Always looks nice in hats.
I do. I've got a hat head.
I put the thing on, and it's the worst look ever. I look like Paddington Bear.
Yeah.
With a big brown nose. It's like the worst look ever.
And so all these bucket hats the kids had to have, they're all sitting in the plastic bag that we got them in. shoved in some corner. I don't
wore
even know where
mine.
they are.
They're in the living
You
room.
wore yours at the game for 20 minutes.
And then my head started to sweat.
Gosh, yeah. I was starting to get a headache
Yeah,
from it because you have to walk because the bucket hat covers your eyes and you have to kind of tilt your head at a certain way. And my equilibrium's off anyway. I was getting a bucket hat was making me nauseous, y'all. This is how bad I'm aging. Alan, I'm so sorry you're married to me.
Well, yeah.
Because the older I get, it ain't looking good.
No, it's not.
I've been so sick today, y'all. Peek behind the kimono. Sick
Pull it
as
back.
a dog.
Pull it back.
I went, my friend's mother passed away, and I went to the funeral service this afternoon, and we've been under an extreme heat advisory in Texas for a while. And we were standing out there at the gravesite for the ceremony, and it was just so brutally hot. And I hadn't eaten since very early in the morning. I drank a big liter of water before I went out there because I knew it was going to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just, by the time I got back in my car, I started getting a headache, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
Sorry, babe.
And by the time I got home, and Alan was like, I was like, I got to go lay down. And I passed out for a couple of hours. I don't know. It's just been a rough day, but, just emotionally too. It was really sad.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Jewish funeral before. And if you've never been, man, it was at Christian funerals, the funerals I've been to, is you go to the graveside service and the coffin is there and you all pay your respects and say goodbye and you leave, and they lower the coffin in the ground and cover it up after you leave. That's what I've always experienced. But at this Jewish funeral, at the end of the spoken comments and everything, these men come up and lower the casket into the ground. And I just started sobbing. It was just like, that was so emotional because, Alan and I are both so lucky. We have both of our parents still alive. But if things work out the way they're supposed to, they will pass away before us. And this was their mother. And I'm just like, I can't imagine a pain that deep, losing your mom. But then to watch the casket be lowered into the ground, and that takes a while. It takes a while for them to lower it, and we're just sitting there, and it's just sad. But then they have this tradition where then they uncovered this tarp over a huge mound of dirt, and there are shovels there, and it's considered a mitzvah, which is like a good deed. You hear bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah. It's about when you're becoming a young man or a woman, you do these good deeds and things. So anyway, the last good deed you do for this person is you put a shovel full of dirt, you throw it down on the coffin, because that's something they will never be able to do for you.
Okay.
So anyway, and then, her children did it, her grandchildren. It was just really just emotional. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I was happy to be there to experience that. But anyway, it's just a lot of people are going through so much right now. I just had another friend find out that I haven't even had a chance to talk to Alan about it yet, but had a medical diagnosis that was not a good one. So I'm going to be telling you, I don't want to share that business today. But anyway, it's just been a really heavily emotional day. And I think it all culminated in me getting this massive headache that put me to bed. So,
well, I think when Kellie, seriously, I joke her about her ailments, but when the pressure changes outside, which it did today, because it has been 100+ degrees with high humidity.
So
and then we had this
awful.
weird front come through. It rains like crazy, and then the weather gets all nutty. She feels, and I think redheads feel that more so than other people.
I feel my daddy too. My daddy's a redhead. With the barometric pressure, when you hear the
Are we
weather,
talking about barometric pressure
it's
now?
true. When you see, I never even thought about it. When the weathermen talk about the barometric pressure going up and down, it affects my dad and me so much physically. I guess the barometric pressure must have surged or plummeted today because, anyway. Nobody wants to hear about that. But you know what I found out? I like to learn new things. It keeps your mind fresh. You've heard of the term disgruntled?
Yes.
What does disgruntled mean?
It's you all the time.
What does it mean, though? If you just a loose definition. It means you're cranky,
upset,
unhappy,
about
annoyed.
Something. Yes.
Disgruntled. Did you know that you can be gruntled?
Well, yeah.
You've heard of gruntled?
I've heard of gruntled, yes.
You have?
Well, yeah.
I have never heard of disgruntled. I've never heard of disgruntled, yes, but I didn't know you could be gruntled.
I've heard of gruntled.
It says gruntled means you're in good humor and you're happy and contented.
Yes.
Well, if you're not like Alan, I was today years old when I found that out, that you can be gruntled. Now you can be disappointed. Can you be appointed? Yes, but it doesn't mean the same thing.
Here's the thing. I've heard of gruntled. Didn't know what it meant.
Use it in a sentence.
I can't because I didn't know what it meant.
Well, now you do.
I just had heard of it.
You can be gruntled. I'm feeling very gruntled today. Man, you sure are gruntled today.
Gruntled.
Anyway.
It's kind of a funny word.
It is.
Okay, why don't we do this, babe? Why don't you do a little bit of that, and then we're going to bring it home for Jerome with fish talk. And then
Dylan's on standby waiting. He's chomping at the bit. He's like, can I come on the podcast and talk about fish?
And then we're going to conclude with your favorite bit, and it's back strong. Kellie claps back.
Goodness. All right. We'll see how that goes. All right, let me ask a question. Why does laundry detergent come in those massive plastic jugs?
That's a good question.
I guess we all know why, but did you know that 91% of these inconvenient, awkward, heavy jugs end up in landfills and oceans? 91%. That's awful. And that's just harming. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Isn't that shocking?
That's a lot of jugs.
It's harming our planet. It's harming our marine life. But it's not like we can stop doing laundry. So is there a better way? Yes. Do what we did and switch to Earth Breeze. Earth Breeze laundry detergent Eco Sheets. They look like dryer sheets, but they're not. This is a revolutionary liquidless laundry detergent. It dissolves 100% in any wash cycle, whether it's hot or cold. There's no measuring, no mess, no heavy plastic jugs. You just toss the sheet in, just like you would a dryer sheet, but in the wash cycle. Earth Breeze has made the whole concept of laundry detergent better. The packaging's lightweight. It's biodegradable, plastic-free. If you've got sensitive skin, their Eco Sheets are hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested. They are compatible with high-efficiency washers, gray water systems. They're septic safe. Earth Breeze also offers flexible subscriptions. You can adjust, pause, cancel anytime. No contracts, no extra fees for that. They've also got them delivered right to your door with carbon neutral shipping, absolutely free shipping too. You can have it delivered at a frequency that works for your lifestyle. If you're just a single person doing laundry, you don't need your laundry sheets delivered as often as a family of, 4 kids. But most importantly, you still get a powerful clean. Earth Breeze is tough on stains. It fights odors. Your clothes come out clean every time. And I'll tell you, we had a little epiphany because Alan was going to be traveling to Florida for this baseball tournament. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky that the hotel we're staying in has laundry facilities because Cole's uniforms are going to be getting so dirty. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to pack these big jugs of detergent. He could just throw these little Eco Sheets, the Earth Breeze Eco Sheets in the bag. It doesn't take up any room. And if you're flying to a place, you can't take liquids on the plane with you. But these Earth Breeze laundry sheets you can take, and it saves you so much money once you get there, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So that's another thing I love if you're going to be traveling. But just don't take our word for it. You can use Earth Breeze or try it for yourself. They've got a risk-free 100% satisfaction guarantee. And if you don't like it, Earth Breeze will give you a full refund, no questions asked, and no returns necessary.
So switch from the old-fashioned goo to something new. Right now, our listeners can subscribe to Earth Breeze and save 40%. Go to earthbreeze.com/sandwich to get started. That's earthbreeze.com/sandwich for 40% off. earthbreeze.com/sandwich. Old-fashioned goo, babe.
Yeah. Blech. I don't like goo in any way, shape, or form.
No.
All right, what were you going to talk about fish?
Just real quick.
Yes.
So Dylan, before his last baseball tournament, he was already thinking about stuff to do this summer, I suppose, because he asked me, he said, hey, Daddy, can we get a fish tank? And I'm like, well, I guess. I don't know where we're going to put it, but I said, this is something that I wouldn't just tell him right off. Well, yeah, let's get a fish tank. I said, look, it's okay with me, but you got to ask Kellie.
What am I going to say?
Well,
What am I?
This
gonna
is
say?
something we're setting it up in the house, and like you're gonna probably have to feed the fish every once in a while if we do it.
This is not my problem.
Wow.
The fish is your problem.
Wow.
Number one. Number two. I can't say no after Alan says it's up to Kelly, because the last time when Alan did that, it's up to Kelly, and I said no, kind of joking with him about something else. He starts bawling.
Okay.
And gets upset.
Let's clarify a few things. Number one, I didn't tell Dylan it's up to Kelly. I said, ask Kelly if it's okay with her.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference.
What if I said, no, it's not okay with me?
Well, then we wouldn't have got the fish tank.
And then?
Well,
tears.
No, the tears thing was because you went, no.
No. Dylan asked one night if he could sleep on our floor in our bedroom. I'm like, no. And I was joking around with him.
I thought you went, no.
I don't remember how it went, but I was like, no, or something. And he just started bawling. I was like, Dylan, I was just kidding, anyway.
Very
sensitive.
So, yeah. So, I think he sent you a text or something. Did he text you and say, can we get a fish tank? Or did he call you? Or?
Well, you gave me the heads up he was going to.
Yeah.
Then I would have said, let me talk to your dad about it. But you'd already talked to him about it.
So anyway, he did the right thing. He asked Kelly. Kelly said, sure, get the fish tank. So Dylan and I roll on over. The last couple of days, we've been doing a lot of fish shopping, tank shopping.
That's all you've done for 3 days.
Equipment for the tank shopping, blah, 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 on and on.
It is a process.
There's a lot more to it than I thought. We got a 20-gallon tank. It's not a huge tank, but it's not like a goldfish bowl. I mean, 20 gallons. I mean, it's got a decent amount of water in it. So we got this hexagon shaped tank. So it's tall. You know what I mean? It's like
right. It's like a tall hexagon cylinder.
Yeah. And really pretty. Dill had the vision. He goes, Daddy, I want a natural looking tank. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, I want the pea gravel to look natural. I want the plants to look like natural. I don't want any like neon looking stuff, He said,
well, that's what we got.
No, we didn't.
They're very bright.
No, when the LED lights shine on them, it brightens everything up. But
I was like, can we get
it's not
decor that matches our room?
Oh
can we get trees that kind of blend with our?
He just didn't want the neon stuff. He just wanted it to look like a natural habitat.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, bud. So we went, picked out the rocks together, picked out the tank, picked out the plants, and he was just chomping at the bit to like get the fish because that's.
But
the
you
fun
had
part.
to wait.
We had to wait because he directed me on where to put everything. He did all that, and I helped him. He helped me. I helped him.
But you have to wash everything.
You got to wash everything.
He had to wash all the gravel, all the plants,
Rocks,
the fake plants, and they had to stay out and dry. Then he had to wash the tank out, and then you had to treat the water in that, and then that took another day. And then it's like
run the filter, run the heater. Yeah.
Everything takes time, and he was getting so impatient.
Oh, because he wanted to buy those fish.
Yeah, and like he got a little emotional at one point because Alan's like, "We have to wait," and it was like, "Whoa, that was." But he loves fish. He loves fishing. He loves looking at them. He loves eating them. He wants to be a fishing guide when he grows up.
Yep,
that's all the kid cares about.
Loves it. It's his hobby, So we finally went and got the fish today, babe, and it was fun. I mean, it was fun. But I have a list of what we got, and the fish have already been named.
Yes,
and I told the boys, I said, look. Fish are a little different than dogs, cats. Fish are going to come and go, and they could come and go pretty quickly.
They could, or they could live a long time.
Yeah, so don't get too attached. I said I wouldn't name him if I were you. Every damn fish in that tank has a name now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we got. The first thing we got was and shout out to my friend on Instagram, one of our very, very best customers, who posted an Instagram story. She was at Petco with her son, and this just so happened to pop up in my feed, probably because my phone's listening to me. But she showed a picture at Petco of this blue lobster, blue crawfish. And I was like, that is the wildest thing I've ever seen. So I showed Dill. He goes,
Have to have it.
I want one of those.
Have to have it.
So we went up there, and get to Petco, go to the tank, and it says on hold.
Uh-oh. Tears?
No tears, but Dylan reached up and I reached up and we were kind of picking at the on hold crayon on the see if we could kind of scratch it.
Are you serious?
No, well, kind of. But then we went to the associate and we said, "Do you have any more of these?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we have one more." So she lifted this rock and here was this blue lobster.
Oh,
beautiful! It's like a little tiny lobster, but it's bright blue. $30.
But who says no? You should have said, "Let's check with Kellie."
Well, yeah. I had $30, but
I might have said no to 30.
But
though.
$30, I can roll to freaking Pappadeaux and get the Pappadeaux platter for $30.
That's true.
So anyway, he is the boss, the star of the tank. So he is the cleanup guy on the bottom of the tank. He's the biggest thing we have, the most expensive thing we have. I'm hoping that he lives.
He better live.
And we named him Blue. We named him Blue for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's blue. Number two, in baseball, you call the umps blue.
Yeah, which I don't understand because they're not wearing blue.
They wear blue. But
not the umps I see. They're always wearing black.
Yeah, but when they're wearing black, you still call them blue.
I know. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we call him Blue because he's blue, and we think that he can't see very well because his eyes are on stalks, and Blue can't see.
The referee, umpire, right? The umpire can't
Blues
see.
have a hard time seeing.
See, I would have I would have named it Papa Smurf because you said he's the head. Papa Smurf's the head.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I would have named him Papa Smurf, but we went with Blue.
We
Y'all went with Blue.
We went with Blue.
And again, I have nothing to do with this fish tank, so it's not my problem. Y'all can name him whatever you want.
Okay, so there's $30. Fish number 2 is a rainbow shark. This was Cole's selection. So blackfish, kind of reddish orange fins, real pretty. Maybe, I don't know, 2-3 inches long. We named him Bruce. Bruce was the shark in Finding Nemo.
Yes. Fish are our friends.
We're having fish tonight.
Fish are not food.
Not until he smelled the blood.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Bruce. We've got 3 like Brazilian tetras or something. I don't even know what they are. They're, I don't know, these little silver fish with red fins. They're real pretty. But Dylan wanted a schooling fish, so these 3 swim around together. I said, "So, buddy, what are you going to name these?" He goes, Larry, Mo, and Curly.
Oh, is there a fight on who gets to be Mo?
Emma Kellie had to be Mo, remember?
They all wanted to be Mo.
Yeah, because he's in charge. I said, "So, Dill, so we have a fish named Larry now, and we have a dog named Larry?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Done." We have 2 gouramis. One is red and one is blue. He names one Fire, and he names the other one Water. Yes.
Elements.
Yes, very, very creative.
And as Alan said, now we have to get another fish that name it Earth and another one
name it Wind.
Wind.
And then finally, we have a vacuum cleaner on the bottom, a pleco. He's an albino pleco, so he's a special pleco.
Albino. He's kind of like.
He's kind of yellow.
I was like, is he blind? Because I can't really see his eyes.
Oh, he's just down there sucking on all the poo poo and.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Fish
Keep
food,
the tank
algae,
clean.
and all that stuff. His name is Hoover. I came up with that one.
And Dylan didn't get it.
Well,
he's like, something about a vacuum cleaner. He's like, Dad named that one something like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Was he talking like?
Yeah.
What are you talking like there? I don't know what is that. Seinfeld or what?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Seinfeld. So yeah, that's the fish. And
he was so excited. He wanted to eat his supper next to the fish tank tonight.
Oh yeah.
And he's just in love with those fish. So that's good.
He took his Spam sandwich over there and ate it next to the tank, didn't he?
Yeah.
How about that?
I guess when he's not watching the fish, y'all can be playing pool on the pool table that y'all haven't touched. And
good call.
Yeah, had to have that pool table.
Okay,
too.
here's the deal. Every time Emma Kellie brings her crew over, what are they doing? They're up there playing pool, or they're up there on the pinball machine. Thank you.
No, they're not always, but I'll let you.
They are.
I'll let you think that.
They
but the minute they scratch it and mess it up, you're gonna have a fit.
I'm not too concerned about the pool table because it's pretty tough. That pinball machine, though.
I don't really hear them up there
It's
using
glass
it. I
and-
don't really hear them up there using it that much, but that's
No, it's fine
beside
if
the
they
point.
do.
We have it for people to use.
Right. No, it's fine if they do. I'm just
Y'all
saying.
need to get up there and play some pool this week.
I'll go there and
That's
play
what I'm saying.
Go up there and play some pool.
You know, Alan and I are gearing up, getting ready to go to Mexico with some of our podcast family members. I talked to Ken today a little bit about it, and he said there are some people that, you know, he's like, this is literally it. They've been on the fence about it and signing up. But our very first podcast trip we went on was in 2019, I want to say, right?
I think so. And
it was a group of about 40 of us went. Alan and I just love going to the Valentin Imperial so much. We have this YouTube audience that we record the podcast while we're taping it live on YouTube. And then you can go back and watch it later if you really want to see what we look like, because it's very intriguing. But anyway, Alan has this relationship chatting with everybody in there. And we're like, we just love our listeners so much. Y'all come on vacation with us. It'll be fun. And it was. And we've ended up being really good friends with a lot of those people from that very first trip.
The heck?
I was just
Andrea
at Melissa's,
Dowling Gullidge and
Yeah.
Big Strong Trey. I mean, the list goes on. Laura and Kay. The list goes on
the
and on.
Gullidges were not there on that trip. We met.
Oh,
them
we
at your
met them
movie
at my
screening.
movie screening.
Yeah, that was different. That was different. But yeah, Melissa Heck and Andrea Gullidge, I was just with them last night. We were at a Bible study at Melissa's house.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, also on that trip was a woman named Susan DeNicola. Is that how you say her name?
Susie. She goes by Susie.
But
though.
Susan. Susie. Anyway, she was from North Dakota, South or something? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So anyway, you know, we don't see her that much, but every once in a while we communicate on social media because she lives half a country away.
Medja.
So the other day, I don't know if you heard, Pat Sajak announced he is retiring from Wheel of Fortune after the upcoming next season. I think he's been doing it 40 years or something. So then there was speculation over who's going to take over. And Whoopi Goldberg, she's already said, I want to do it. Stephen A. Smith from ESPN,
winner.
he said, my mother loved Wheel of Fortune, which made me love Wheel of Fortune. Now, I'm not giving up my day job, but I'm happy. I would love to host some episodes while you look for your permanent replacement. Okay, that's Stephen A. Smith. That'd be fine.
Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, he said he'd love to host
Really?
it just till they
That's
find a
pretty
permanent
wild.
solution,
Yeah.
because he loves the show.
Okay.
They did the same thing when Jeopardy, when not Pat Sajak, Alex Trebek passed away. They had some celebrities come on and host. I don't know if any of them were serious. Some of them probably were seriously auditioning, but they had rotating hosts. So anyway, a lot of people think, well, maybe Pat Sajak's daughter, I believe her name is Maggie, maybe she'll do it, because when her dad had to have surgery or something a while back, she hosted for a few times. And that maybe was a little dip and toe in the water to see if she would be the heir apparent. And some people think, give Vanna White a shot, because again, when Pat had
She
to be
can
out,
speak?
she can. Her job is pointing at letters and stuff. Now she doesn't even have to flip. It started off, she had to physically turn the letters around.
I remember that.
Now she can just stand there and blink or whatever, and they turn. She doesn't have to do anything. But she's still lovely. She's from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I want everybody from South Carolina to be a success, just like Vanna White. So anyway, a lot of people think she did a great job when she filled in for Pat. Give her a shot at it. While there's still that other contingent of people who say, if Pat leaves, Vanna's probably going to have to leave. It's just how could she do the show without him, right? Well, there was an article posted on MSN, and they were talking about the announcement and the replacements, and they were saying the fans here's the headline, Wheel of Fortune fans want Vanna White as new host amid Pat Sajak's exit. And then they were pulling comments from people who went on social media, and guess who their tweet they pulled for this article? Susie DeNicola, podcast family vacationer.
Is that right?
Yes. So
That's pretty cool.
Pat Sajak announces, well, the time has come. I've decided that our 41st season, which begins in September, will be my last. It's been a wonderful ride, and I'll have more to say in the coming months. Many thanks to you all. If nothing else, it'll keep the clickbait sites busy. Well, Vanna retweeted that and added, when we started Wheel of Fortune, who could have imagined we'd still be at it 41 seasons later? I couldn't be happier to have shared the stage with you for all these years, with one more to come. Cheers to you, Pat Sajak. Well, Susan DeNicola at SusieQD9 tweeted all that, retweeted it, and said, Vanna, I hope if you want the hosting gig, you get it. You definitely deserve it. Nothing against Maggie, but they better not give her this gig or even your job, as she needs to earn it and put in a little more time before doing either one of those jobs.
You go, Susie.
Susie is passionate
There you
about
go.
it. And I thought that was so cute.
That's funny.
I tweeted the link to that and gave her a
That's
shout
awesome.
out.
That is pretty cool.
That is a big deal.
Yeah.
To be, out of all the comments, yours gets chosen. You know, what's his name? Carson Daly, who was on MTV, now on The Voice, and he's also on the Today Show. He read one of my tweets one time.
Really?
I just happened. I'm never home in the morning to watch the Today Show. My job Monday through Friday is doing radio. I'm not at home watching TV.
Okay.
But it must have been a vacation break or something. I'm sitting there watching, and they read my tweet.
That's cool.
It was really cool. It's fun. Anyway, I thought I'd give her a little shout out.
That's pretty cool.
And remind everybody we're going on vacation again.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Huh. That's very cool, babe. Well, you want to bring it home for Jerome with one of our listeners' favorite segments?
Oh, my goodness. All right, go ahead.
It's called Kellie Claps Back. This will only take a few minutes, but the way this started is I have an unfounded, undeserved reputation on this podcast for giving Kellie a hard time. I see it in the social media. I see it in the text. I see it in the chat. I see it in the DMs. Goes something like this. Alan, you be nicer to Kellie.
I have a headache, honey.
Been listening to Kellie for 40 years. Well, she's not been on the radio. I don't care. You shut up. I've been listening to her since 1862, okay? You need to be nicer to her. I see it. I hear it. But if you heard how she speaks to me in this home, in my home, you would be horrified. You would be mortified. And therein lies the bit. Kellie claps back, happens all the time. Here is a clapback that is documented in my notes application.
Not verbatim.
This is verbatim.
No, it's not.
From June 11th, 2023 at 7:43 a.m. So we were in bed when this happened. If I had to guess, this is in the morning on June 11th. This is probably a weekend. And here's what happened. Laying in bed. And I guess we were just talking about just stuff, and we're talking about a friend of ours who likes to party and go out all the time. And as married people do a lot, you talk about your friends that are single, and you think about the days when you were single, and you think, golly,
I'm so glad I'm not single.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not single. It's just such a beating, just going out all the time.
While secretly thinking, dang.
Not this guy.
Fun.
No, not this guy.
No.
Not this guy. So Alan says, babe, man, that just what I just said. No, I mean, that just can't be fun. Kellie, well, what would you do if you were single? Okay, fair question. Alan, I would ride a motorcycle all over the country. I'd be a lone wolf. Kellie, so you'd ride all over the country womanless? Alan, absolutely I would. Womanless. Kellie, well, it's not too late for that. I
don't even remember that conversation.
I get threatened a lot.
I don't remember that question at all.
Why?
That conversation.
Well, of course you don't. That's why it's a clapback. Why do I get threatened so much?
Not too late for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the first time it's not the first time you've threatened me like that.
How am I threatening you?
I don't know. You just are.
I'm just giving you suggestions. Threats and suggestions are two different things.
Yep. We can
All
still
right,
make
honey.
that happen.
Well,
you say that a lot too. Yep. We can still make that happen.
well, yeah. When you start giving me attitude and lip, I'm like,
Me giving you
you
lip?
don't have to stay.
Good night.
Go
me,
on.
Me giving you lip.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. All right, babe. Well, I'm sure I have a fish to feed. Oh,
Yeah.
we bought these little krill because this is another thing we had to buy.
What is a krill?
It's like a little tiny shrimp.
Okay.
And they're frozen in like a
Oh,
frozen.
is this like sea monkeys?
I don't know what that is.
You remember when you used to order sea monkeys in the back of magazines and you'd put them in water and they'd come to life, and we found out later they were just like baby shrimp.
Kinda. Yeah. That's what these are. So they come in this flat frozen wafer, and you break off a little piece of the wafer, and it's a couple of little shrimp. So you can either defrost it, and they defrost like in 2 seconds, or just throw it in the tank. So this is for the lobster. So we tossed a couple in there, and sure enough, some bitch walks over there with his little feet and swims over there with his little tail, grabs some of those shrimp with his little pinchers, and starts. He was going to town.
Fun to watch.
Oh, it was fascinating. I mean, he was like a hobo on a ham sandwich.
I don't know why you think that's funny. You always crack yourself up with that one, but I don't know why that's funny.
It's a funny visual.
A homeless person eating is a funny
hobo.
visual.
Not a homeless.
What is a hobo?
Like a bum?
A homeless bum.
No, a bum.
Homeless.
There's a difference between a homeless guy and a bum, isn't there?
Right.
No, a bum to me is a guy that's hanging around like the railroad tracks.
Right.
Jumping
because
from
they
train.
don't have anywhere to live.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to be funny and you're
I just don't know why it's funny.
Making me feel like the asshole.
I don't know why it's funny.
Well, that blue lobster was going on that krill like a bum on a ham sandwich.
All
right. That's it. That's all I got.
There's got to be something else you can say.
Like a fat man on a basket of hot wings?
I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, we'll come up with something
like
else.
A bum on a cheeseburger?
Maybe someone can suggest an alternative analogy at podcast@kellyanallen.com. That's the email.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's go. I've got to go take something else from my head.
Yeah, look, it looks like you're about to pass out.
I just don't. I've already taken Tylenol. I've taken a leave. I think I'm going to try a sinus headache medicine next.
I had a pretty good one too, headache. And I took the 2 Tylenol, 2 Advil.
The 2 and 2
mix,
combo, yeah.
And that really helps.
Yeah, but if it's sinus related, nothing helps but sinus headache. So I think I'm going to try that next and go to bed.
Well,
all right, y'all.
Sorry.
I tried to be a trooper. Hopefully I did okay.
Someone just clapped back to me in the chat.
What'd they say?
Well, you know how you just asked for suggestions about a hobo on a ham sandwich or a bum on a cheeseburger or what was the other one I had? Oh, a fat man on a basket of hot wings. Mm-hmm. They said like Alan Evans on a Subway footlong.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a good one.
All right, Dylan wanted to come in and say goodnight.
Just real quick, we got the Dillster in here.
We've already told all about the fish. You changed your mind?
You changed your mind?
You said you wanted to be on the podcast.
We talked about the all the fish and all the names and everything.
You want to come say goodnight or no?
No?
Okay.
Okay, that's all right.
Emma Kelly's got her friend here, and I guess they're having fun, right? All right.
Okay.
Oh, he's got to tell Dad. Well, do you want to share it on the podcast?
Tell everybody?
Tell.
Tell me.
We can't hear you over there.
Nobody can hear you, Bo.
Dylan says he has good news about the fish.
Okay, well, he'll tell me.
He's not
and
going
then
to tell us now. So
that's
y'all
okay.
have to stay tuned to the next podcast, and maybe we'll share the good fish news with you then.
Maybe Blue.
When did Dylan get shy?
Oh, I don't know.
What happened?
He wants to go look at those fish. There he goes.
All right.
He's been wearing the funniest things, too. He'll just grab anything. Or he has one of Cole's T-shirts on, which goes down to his knees. And then the other night, he put on one of those muscle shirts. He never wears muscle shirts.
He used to wear muscle shirts nonstop.
But
when we were first together, he loved
Really?
muscle. He had a Spider-Man muscle shirt.
Yeah.
He outgrew it and would
Yeah, I
refuse
forgot
to
about
get
that.
rid of it. And it was just squeezing his little
Yeah.
body. He went through a muscle shirt phase.
Well, he looked like Zeke Elliott, and this thing was like he was showing bare midriff in this thing. It was so small. And now today he's got on that kid shirt, which is Cole's shirt.
Yeah, Cole, I think, outgrew it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we're really getting off topic. Let's just say goodbye now.
All right, babe. Well, love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately.
I love y'all.
Love the Texas Rangers desperately.
Mm-hmm.
I love Petco and PetSmart kind of desperately. I don't know. I spent a lot of money there. But I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.